So I guess for me, trout fishing with a fly rod was always something that brought simplicity and beauty and my intellect together in trying to fool a trout into eating. And I think when I came to college at Stevens Point, I hadn't really fished a true trout stream ever. And so when I got to the Tomorrow River, it was one of the most beautiful places on earth I'd ever been. Being able to sit down by the river, watch fish rise, and watch the river flow was one of the most restorative and relaxing things I'd ever done. So in the summer of 2001, I told Colleen Hamilton that I wanted to start dating her, and she told me a few weeks later that she wasn't interested in that. So I kind of pulled back and thought I would play it cool. And as the school year started in 2001, actually 12 years ago, I decided it was time to again see if there were any sparks of interest between her and I. So I asked her if she would go for a drive with me, and I took her to what I thought was the most beautiful place on earth, at least within 20 minutes of Stevens Point. And it was there where I asked her if I could again consider being in a relationship with her, and she said yes. It was an opportunity to pursue a relationship like I'd never pursued a relationship before, because I had committed my life to God and His plan for my life, which meant that we were going to work toward being sexually pure together as a couple. And there was so much around me, so much in the world, so much in media telling me that sex was okay, sex was fine, sex is great, sex is what you want it to be, do it your way. And yet I felt very much impressed by God to fight for His ideals and His perspective. And 12 years now later, that has made all of the difference in our relationship, because we fought for that, and because we worked toward maintaining that, and because we have a relationship the way God wants us to have a relationship, and we had a relationship the way God wanted us to have a relationship. I think if we had engaged with sex before we got married, I think it would have changed a lot of the ways we view each other, and would have also changed the ways that we view God. And I think we would have missed out on an incredible blessing because of that.
This might sound a little weird. I know that not all people were brought up like this, but I was sort of brought up with the idea that you remain pure until marriage with the person that you're dating. It was kind of my biggest motivating factor as I entered dating relationship with Ryan. I wanted to be glorifying to God in that way, and I knew that that was something that He asked me to be obedient in. That is why I wanted to remain pure until marriage. It was pretty difficult to do that. I think the biggest thing that surprised me was that I was attracted to this guy, and all of a sudden I was facing challenges from within me, not so much from external things, but even internally wanting to mess around with him. But that wasn't the best that God had for me. He says that, and He wanted more for our relationship. And so it was an act of trust with Ryan that we worked together to remain pure.